afternoon, traders. Wanted to give you a quick update. You always like to do these updates when we have some kind of more expanded volatility and unexpected news events. So, we had FOMC this week, and then we have all these Chinese and tariff news headlines coming out. So, I wanted to show you what the 3S code, or how the 3S code performs or can perform in times of expanded volatility. And we've had a couple of setups this morning in the E-mini S&P. Right now we're trading 31.60 half, down 10 half. We had a nice short trade this morning that I actually was able to catch because I was up from 85 down to 82 area, 82 half. And then right here you can see we had this large move right around the open, cash market open shortly after, about 8:50, 9 o'clock Central. This is a long setup that we had in the making, and then we had this huge leg up once the Chinese tariff news came out. So we moved quickly up from 72 up to 80, and then up to about 86 where we reversed. Now, I typically wouldn't take trades into the 200-day like this. This is the 200-day moving average. It looks a little busy, but it's really not. So we have this 200-day moving average, and these are just shorter-term moving averages right here that I use kind of as a guideline to help with confirmation. But this is a trade that I would have likely have taken, aside from the news, because we didn't know when that was going to be released. But we had a lot of touches down at this area. If we couldn't go back, I don't even have to go back that far, but you can see we've had a little bit of structure here, some past resistance and support, which is now also support. And then we have this divergence indicator showing that we are short-term overbought. We also have divergence down here. So those two things, aside from the short-term moving averages pointing sharply higher at this time, we get a close above and then a retest. Tells me that we may likely have that extended move up here, but I did not get to participate in that trade. Now, as you can see, we do have another potential long forming. Going over here to crude oil, we've had a couple of nice trades this morning. We have one short from 59.80 down to about 59.60 right here, and then we had actually it came up without taking that high out. It hit TP1 and hit TP2, and then reversed for a new long setup. Very similar situation here. We're bumping right here into the 200-day moving average, but you can tell that we were kind of pending a potential breakout level. Now we have divergence right here, positive divergence. Again, same time as this news came out, we went sharply up from 59.50 up to about 65, and then ultimately all the way up to 65 right here. Other good markets to trade, I get asked this a lot. You can trade, you really need something that moves a little bit. It's not going to hurt you if it doesn't move. It just trades sideways. You're not going to, you're likely not going to get signals. But markets like gold and silver, again, this is just a 5-minute chart. You can expand this really to any time frame you want. So gold and silver are good markets. Also, 30-year bond market, 30-year bonds. You could also apply this to, say, the ZN, which is the 10-year note. You see we have one little short here this morning, again going in that 200-day, and then we had a short here which triggered off of that news, hit TP1 to the tick, and now we're probing for a potential new short on ZB. Other markets that I like to follow are the currencies, and mostly the euro and the yen. Again, just needs a little bit of movement. The Aussie pound, Canadian dollar also work well. So we've only had one setup this morning right around 6 o'clock, and a continued move to the downside. If we take a look at the Japanese yen, we had one small trade here, and then this trade that triggered based off that news event. So notice that even the news event took the price down exactly to the TP1 where it reversed. And then, of course, if we didn't have enough news to deal with, we also had the Brexit news, and so we might as well look at the pound here. And we had kind of drifting lower. We shot up, gapped up 300 something points at the beginning of the Globex session yesterday afternoon when they made that announcement. and it's been kind of drifting lower ever since, probably trying to retrace that gap. We had bust out move here above 133.80 again right at the time of the announcement. Didn't quite hit TP1, but and now we're just kind of trading in sideways fashion. So I'm going to try to do a weekly recap, whether it's on Friday or Monday, on the 3S code using primarily the 5-minute time frame. I do like to trade. It also works very well on the 4-hour charts, allowing you to kind of swing trade some of these markets using mini and micro contracts if you so wish to do so. So if you have any questions, email me at support@seasonalswingtrader.com. Good trading. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next update.